Hi, Dr. Grissom. This is Mike Addington from Group 6 Gatsby. Doing my recording. It's a little late, but I figured I'd take a shot at it. Okay, so here we have the simulator, and you kind of see what I did. If you look at my screen, it's going to look different than anybody else's screen because I created a new branch from the authentication branch, which is off styling. So in this branch, what I've done is just made some reusable components, things that we can use over and over again that are not so so specific to the components. So the components that I'm going to show you, such as the buttons here, the login, sign up, are reusable. I'm in the process of making a reusable icon, and then also I made this header clean. So basically, you can't see this right now, but what I did is I just made like the React course, I made a card, and then I made card sections, which I divided all these parts into sections, so they're never going to basically run into the other portions of the screen. And yeah, I did this for the home screen so far, and I did it for a few other portions of the actual the JS code as well. Okay, so that's a new feature, and let me clearly highlight that. So I kind of changed the font over here where we have the Gatsby, and it has like the opacity in the background, also the Shop Smarter Save Time. I changed that up a little bit. I put this in the section where the spacing's a little bit different with justify content, align items, stuff like that. And then also with these buttons, I made them, more look atable, more aesthetic. And then you see put little icons in there. I'm still working on spacing that out a little bit. But like I said, I have that reusable button component in the code, which I'm going to make it so it can also basically inherit more of the aspects that we want to put in there, like the icon and like the actions associated with the buttons. So if we go to our GitHub check-in, you could see. So basically, I failed a bunch of times in making commits to other branches, and then I just made kind of my own branch off of the off screen, and yeah, so I just hey, let me have something so I could put out there and start making and be useful to my team. So that's been the biggest challenge is finding the use to give to my team. So after hours and hours of going back to the videos and going through the code and the videos, back to the code, and then reading a little bit, I found that what I can do is make reusable components, and then also have different alternative styles in which we can do things, which I plan to get a little bit more complex in the future. So yeah, so we can look at some of these things that I've submitted or committed. Yeah, basic button, sexualized home screen, pearl white background, reusable cards and card sections, reusable button. I made a circular button as well, and then green more to represent our new logo, along with some more button styling things that I did. Okay, so yeah, now we're going to talk about the new code highlight, which is checked into GitHub. So let's go to a couple pieces of that because I know I've been going for a little bit. So yeah, let's just go to the latest thing, the sectionalized home screen with usable components in the pearl white image. Okay. So yeah, so like I said in the name, you can see this green section. I changed the font up a little bit, and then the opacity to the background. Text substyle, changed the font, made it bold as well. For the home screen, I put in this component alternative name, the card, in the card section. That's pretty much the same thing. There's the white pearl background that I placed in our assets folder. So yeah, that's some of the code that I've submitted, and then let's go here to this reusable button, because all the other stuff is pretty much in its top one. Yeah, so here's the button.js that I made, basically, yeah, reusable reusable. I'm starting to mess with the actions a little bit and just understanding that and taking in other children to it as well. And then you see the button layout. I wanted to make it a nice, clean layout, and then kind of together, and where it doesn't look tacky. Okay. Yeah. So for the next sprint, let's see if I can find the Gantt chart. Yep. So for the next sprint, yeah, and you can see it was organized screens, which is pretty vague for the Gantt chart, but they know I'm still learning, still diving into this stuff. But yeah. So in the next sprint, let's see here. The favorite and map button, as you saw, I was experimenting with those buttons, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a good portion to turn in for this map button and the favorite button, and then that's what I plan to do for the next sprint. And then as well, I think Brandon wants me to help him with these items in the database. Basically, let's see. Okay, yeah. So creating an append function, which I think mainly he'll do, and then a weekly price function update. So I think that's probably what we're going to work on together with that. But mainly, these buttons are probably going to be my main contribution for the next sprint. And thanks for listening to me. I know it took a little long, and it's been a process, just diving into this stuff. And yeah, hopefully I have some better contributions, and I'm really thankful for this class and the ability to learn how to do these things in SourceTree, and finding out, how to make yourself useful in a project such as this. So, thank you.